Hello, everyone. This is Duni from Drew Academy. This is where we support people in enhancing their well-being, even though they have experienced a loss. Today, we're going to talk about enhancing and improving your perspective. Have you ever heard of the glass half full and the glass half empty description? Right, if you have, fantastic. If you haven't, I'm just going to briefly talk about it. Now, when you have a glass and it has some water in it and it's just up to the half mark, some people describe it as half full. Those people have been said to have a view of the potential of an increase of, towards fullness of that glass. And so they are described as having an optimistic view. And for the other people who would look at that glass at the half mark of the water level and describe it as half empty, they are looking with the focus on the potential of emptiness of that glass. And they are described as being pessimistic or having a pessimistic view. Now, many people have described themselves as being optimists or pessimists. And many have discovered that being optimistic or pessimistic can contribute to the outcome that you have. I want to give an example. Now, there is a book, Man's Search for Meaning, written in 1946 by Viktor Frankl. Now, many have read it. I'm not sure if you have. If you haven't, it's such a good book to read. It's about a doctor who happened to be locked up in the concentration camp. And he was, of course, there was a lot of things that were happening at that time, atrocious things. People were being killed on a daily basis. Now, many people gave up and felt that, well, the end has come for me. But he had a different approach. In that book, he describes the psychotherapeutic approach he had to focusing his attention on something more pleasant and then making himself more aware of that rather than looking at the grim situation that was actually around him. Now, that is a very typical example of what happens in the optimistic and pessimistic view. Because he was able to come out of that horrible situation and write about it. And that's why we know that this is what happened and this is what he did. And this is the outcome it had. So, talking about our focus, when you focus on something that is towards emptiness, towards negativity, towards deprivation or scarcity, you tend to shrink in your positioning of your body. You tend to become more subdued. When you think that something is possible, you focus on the fullness of something, then you look up. You are hopeful. You can think of something getting better. And believe it or not, when you focus on things getting better, you put more energy into it. You get more energy into your body, and then you're able to work hard to achieve that thing. Even if you don't achieve it eventually, you go beyond that point of hopelessness, of despair, and of negativity. So, ways to improve your perspective include a conscious awareness. Now, I'm sure we have described the half full and half empty glass, but just introducing an extra concept to it. Have you ever considered possibly with that glass cup having the water to the half mark in the cup? Whether you describe it as half full or half empty, imagine you've got a pitcher of water right beside it. how's that going to affect the way you look at it? See, when you look at that half glass of water, you know that there's a pitcher beside it. You know you can always refill it, whether you think it's half full or half empty. Having that at the back of your mind reminds you that you have the capability within yourself to improve your perspective. Being aware is the first key. The second key is to making things around you facilitate your thought process of the perspective you have. How do I mean? One thing you need to do, which is always with you, is your body. You remember when I talked about your outlook, when you have a view of being empty, hopeless, being in despair, you go like that and you're looking down. When you're hopeful and you're more optimistic, you're looking up, you're thinking about a way to make something better. So you can change the position of your body from that hopeless, helpless, despair stance to a more empowering stance. And that helps to improve your view of what you have ahead of you. Another thing you can use, which is a third one, is your words. Your words are key to many situations. Your words have life in them. When you speak and you say something is hard, it will be hard. When you say something is impossible, it becomes impossible to you. When you say something is possible, it is possible to you. Imagine someone who decided that in spite of the repeated failures of over 1,000 times, I mean, how many people would try something over and over again and fail 1,000 times and still continue? But if not for that persistence of Thomas Edison, we will not be enjoying this the light bulb that we are all enjoying today. So it's something that we need to put into our systems. He conditioned himself to do this, and I'm thankful. I mean, I didn't invent the light bulb, so I'm thankful to him and the many other innovative minds that have given us all the things that we use today. And so I implore each and every one of us to strive to improve our perspective. Focus on an optimistic view. Focus on possibility. Focus on enhancing yourself because it is possible. I hope you found today's discussion useful, and I hope you feel motivated to move ahead and actually have a better and more improved perspective and view of situations, no matter what it is. This is Duni again from Drew Academy. Make sure that you spread the news, spread this message around. People need to know that it's within their power to improve their outlook, their viewpoints. Okay? So if you like this video, and just let me know, thumbs up if you can, that would be awesome. Subscribe so you don't miss further episodes that we're going to be talking about. And I will be back next week with another very important tip we can incorporate into our daily lives that will help us enhance our well-being. Until then, please stay well. Bye.